Ta-da!
Hey.
Hey everybody. So, as you know, my name is Owen, and today I want to introduce you to my friend Jake.
Hi, nice to meet you, everybody.
Yeah. And we're just by the sea here in Greystones, County Wicklow in Ireland. And I just thought I might make a video about about raw food and why me and him both eat a raw food diet, a raw vegan diet, basically, and why. And yeah, so we've just been at the playground in Greystones, and before that we walked the cliff walk, and for over an hour, and then we had a little picnic and had fun playing in the playground, the kids' playground and the adults' playground.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah. So maybe I'll ask you a question.
Yeah, sure. Ask me a question. That's better.
What's your main reason for eating raw food diet, and why did you switch? Like, what inspired you to start, and what inspires you to keep doing it?
Well, I started because I just started getting more and more into health, trying to find out what was best for me. I actually don't know.
Did you have any health? What benefits have you noticed from eating raw food, and how do you feel when you go back to eating cooked foods?
Okay, well, benefits definitely feel lighter, more energetic than I had done previously, even though I have a lot more work to do. Whenever I go back to cooked, or whenever I had gone back to cooked, I'd always feel, a lot more heavier, a lot more foggier in my brain, and not just, it doesn't compare to the feeling of long term raw, like being on it for a long term, for a couple of weeks.
And how do you feel after a couple of weeks on raw food?
Kind of almost
compared to eating cooked foods every day?
Yeah, way more light, almost like you're floating. It depends what you're eating, really. If you're focused on the fruit, then you're gonna have a good time. I mean, definitely really, really high vibrations when you're on the fruits only.
Yeah. But, and what do you feel are the biggest mistakes you made on a raw food diet, and your favorite benefits of raw food? Like, what are your biggest mistakes? Maybe how about that? Did you learn anything that you'd recommend for newbies?
Yeah, well, I'm still making mistakes and still learning all the time. But my biggest mistakes would probably be like fussing over it too much and kind of being too hard on myself about some things, which I don't do anymore. And it's gotten easier, so I don't really have as many slip-ups. But when I did have slip-ups, I would probably be a lot harder on myself.
So you don't criticize yourself if you go back to eating cooked food because you have a craving, or?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't criticize myself really, because I know it's all a learning experience, and there's time to get better at the diet.
Yeah. And can I ask you a question related to this topic you just said? What do you feel brings you cravings? Like, what would be your biggest things or mistakes that end you having cravings, and what would be your solution for avoiding or feeling fulfilled enough so you don't have cravings in the first place?
Well, make sure you satisfy your needs. Like, make sure you're getting enough food into you. Don't, when starting off, a lot of people eat a little bit of fruit and they wouldn't, they think that's all they need. But sometimes, depending on your lifestyle, you might need more. And also being around people that maybe aren't supportive of the diet, or maybe they're eating a lot of cooked food. Maybe don't put yourself in them environments.
Yeah, that can be very tempting, can't it be, at times? Like, especially if you're only establishing the habit, because it takes time to really, really deeply establish a routine and a habit, and confidence in your routine and habit, right? So after you've been all raw for, let's say, a month or two or three, I think it's definitely easier after being all raw for 3 months, or 99% raw for 3 months, as I've been 3.5 months now. But even after a month, it would have been more tempting than. And 2 weeks would be much more tempting than a month.
Yeah.
But I feel now for me, after 3.5 months, it's very easy. I don't really have any temptations or cravings really for cooked foods.
Same. Yeah. So, unless I'm just hungry and there's smells of cooked food, but I would never ever, I wouldn't actually go and eat it. But there is that craving still there.
Is it like the type of craving where you're like, oh my god, I'm going to have it, I know I won't? Or is it more like, it smells nice, but I'm just not going to have it?
Yeah, it smells nice, but I don't want that feeling.
It's not like really a deep craving in the past where you'd be battling and then you'd end up having it.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Yeah, I see the way I understood him, because I used to be the same way, and now I'm the second way, where it's really easy. I don't really get tempted, but maybe if I'm just really hungry or something.
Yeah.
For me, it's let's say, whenever my body's out of balance, if I'm really tired because I haven't got enough sleep, or if I've overdone things, let's say too much activity, too much not rest, or else like maybe if I'm too stressed possibly, which really doesn't happen often really, but or if I've, let's say, been like breaking no fap or having too much, like ejaculating too much, like coupled with not enough sleep. It's mostly not enough sleep. I'm just too tired. That's when I might like be more thinking about, that smells nice, I might eat it. But like Jake said, I'm at the stage where I'm not really tempted really. So it's still pretty easy.
Yeah.
So is it okay if I ask you, for the viewers, like what age are you and how long have you been interested in raw, like transitioning from like a certain percentage to where you are now?
Yeah, so I'm 21 years old, years young, and yeah, I've only really been experimenting with it for the last almost 2 years, but like basically not fully raw for like them 2 years, but definitely predominantly raw, I would say.
And what was the longest of 99 to 100% raw that you did?
Probably,
how many weeks or months?
Probably close to 4 to 5 months without breaking.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm excited for the future now, like, because I don't plan on breaking it at all. Not that I ever did, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what it's like in a year's time, because it seems that things just keep getting better on the
Definitely,
day.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah, that's great. So yeah, any other recommendations for people who are relatively new or struggling with staying raw?
Yeah, surround yourself by, like, YouTubers like John Rose, Dan McDonald, Life Regenerator, and Lauren Lockman's great.
Yeah.
All the
Anne Osborne.
Anne Osborne, Ted Carr.
Ted Carr rocks. He's really good too, and Dan McDonald does. Yeah.
Light Samps as well, great, really good.
I don't know him.
He's very good. Go on Instagram and there's a bunch of people. Just type in fruitarian, raw vegan, you'll find loads of people in there.
Yeah.
Really supportive community as well. If you're looking for people to get help from, or Instagram, it's just social media in general. It's great that we can connect now.
Yeah, keep it in your like consciousness or awareness on a regular basis, if not daily, but just regularly enough. Especially at the beginning when you're like, it's easy to go off the path because the old habit and the world around you are tempting you or distracting you back to cooked foods. And yeah, I'd say like cooked food is definitely like highly addictive, and I've seen it in children too. Like it becomes a chaotic, disharmonious energy when cooked food is around, and if there's cooked food in the house, that's the first thing they want in the morning. It's the only thing they want. Like it's like they don't want anything else if cooked food is available.
Yeah.
Almost, it's kind of funny that way.
They're in the realm of cooked food.
Yeah, it just goes to show, like, from an innocent, pure being, like, how addictive. Because when you cook the food, like, just everything is mumbled up and jumbled and rearranged and, like, discombobulated, like, energetically, chemically, biochemically, electromagnetically. You destroy the magnetism, the electricity, the hormones are destroyed, the oxygen is killed. You lose so much. The biophotons, like, so many things are, like, either warped or destroyed or affected, and then new molecules like anti-nutrients and carcinogens and stuff are created. So it's definitely not the best thing to do at all. Like, I know there's heaps of benefits, but I just really wanted to like talk to Jake in this video. So can you think of any other good questions that I could ask you, or at least anything else you want to share? What would you like to hear if you were starting off on this journey again in raw food? How about that?
I would say, like, stay strong throughout the whole thing, and don't get thrown off the path just because it may not be working out for you the first week or two, or keep consistent with that, and you will see changes. And
consistent.
Yeah, stay consistent, and surround yourself with the right kind of people too.
Stay inspired.
Stay inspired. Yeah, for sure. Stay inspired.
Yeah, two little doggies. So stay consistent, stay inspired. What else could we possibly say? For me, I'd say it's really important to be very serious about this because it's a very serious topic, but not to be like crazy or like anal or insane about it. Just be serious because it's a serious topic. It's very important because it really affects and permeates your entire life. Like, it affects your mental well-being, your level of possible depression, anxiety, unease, fear, your whole mental attitude, your outlook in life. It affects your relationships, if you're in a good form or a bad form, if you're pessimistic or optimistic, if you're tired or energetic. And when you're energetic and more energy, like, everything becomes brighter and nicer and happier and funner and easier to cope with and deal with. So like, it has like deep roots, like affecting every part of your life, from business and career or work to your your social and fun life, or your creative outlet, or your purpose or work or help or service. Even the way you do your ordinary work is a service. Like even just working in any job is a service. So the quality of your life is deeply affected by the quality of the energy you put into your mouth and into your whole body, your being, you know. So one thing I've learned in the last while is, you know, I used to be going on and off from raw to cooked to raw to cooked. But then I learned eventually that whenever you go back, it's like you're going forward on your bicycle, but then suddenly you put the brakes in motion and you put like a big block in the engine, and it slows you down enormously, and then you have to like get rid of the block of the stuff that's not supposed to be in your body, and you slow down your speed and your momentum of positive healing and benefits in life. So then it takes time to slowly work your way up to that speed again. So it's like stopping and starting and stopping and starting. It's just not worth it. It's better to stay going, rolling, and going faster and building up a constant, consistent speed of benefits. So that's one thing I'd highly recommend. Like, don't be too like light-hearted in your idea. I'll just have this now or today. I'll just have once a day or like one cooked meal a day. For me, it's way too much. Like, even one cooked meal a week is like, for me now, it's definitely way too much. Like even per day, you're just not gaining any momentum eating one cooked meal a day, really, in my opinion. Unless it's something extremely simple, like, well, even anything. But the best thing you could probably have is like something as simple as like 2 carrots or a piece of broccoli cooked in water, just eaten on its own with nothing else, like, you know, like, yeah, but who's going to bother to do that, really? Because it's not really, yeah, you could do that.
I'd rather have fruit, you know, like something sweet and delicious, but I mean, if it's not available. But I think momentum is so important. Like, momentum's what keeps you going. You're like, oh, I've been doing it for this long and I feel good and I don't feel like going back to cook. And, you know, yeah, momentum is really good, yeah. It's a good way you put it as well. I like that way you put it. It's
very real for me, like, very true. It's real, not just an analogy for me, but it's like totally true, because the human body does take a lot of time and energy and resources to get rid of stuff that's not supposed to be in our engine or in our whole system, you know. Not only are we like a car engine, but we're like a massive energy system in all of our organs working together and our whole body system, you know. Energy, nervous system, like physical, intestinal system, our cardiovascular system. It all is part and parcel of what you put into your mouth.
Sure.
And it's also our emotional and mental system, because it takes time to detoxify. And when you detoxify and remove cooked food, then you often get like cravings and detoxification symptoms or craving withdrawal symptoms, as you're getting rid of the drug-like substances, and the substances are not supposed to be meant for us at all. It really disrupts us, and then we get a low or cravings, and it's just a cycle of ups and downs and craving, and then you withdraw, and then you're craving it again. It's like up and down, yo-yo, like chasing a drug, like withdrawing from the drug. It's like if someone in like a heroin addict, like always taking heroin a little bit every day or every week, and then they're craving it, or a coffee addict always going back and forth from coffee. You're never going to give it up if you're like constantly yo-yoing. It's just too serious a thing. And even like, that's pretty much all. That's one point.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it is a drug at the end of the day, like anything else. It's stimulating. It's a drug.
So how about we talk about like some non-food, like quickly, to wrap up the video maybe. Like,
sure.
Not that we're in a rush, but like what about like non-food things that we could do for really nurturing and helpful for our health?
Good sleep, definitely. Good sleep and exercise.
Good sleep, exercise, definitely.
Relationships, make sure your relationships are good. You know, that you're spending time with people and, you know, listening to people. And
I love that. Listening is really important.
Practicing mindfulness, presentness, being here and now. It's the only moment you have, so make the most of it. Yeah,
I'd love to say what he said about like exercising, like just generally even like a brisk walk for 15, 20, 30 minutes, like can really, really, really wake you up and refresh you. I was thinking the other day, like, food nourishes you, but really when you do some exercise, it really gives you energy. It kind of gives you energy, or makes you feel really energetic, like an energy, because we're like a system, and like we're not meant to stagnate and just be in the same place all the time. We're not built for that biologically whatsoever. So when you actually get up and move, even if it's not like any type of movement, like could be really intense or moderate or even reasonably not too slow, but a walk or a run or a jog or a swim or a hike or a cycle, like, or skateboarding or anything like that you enjoy, dancing.
anything
it
to
wakes
get
you
your
up.
body
Feels like it gives you energy.
Yeah.
But food is more like it feeds you, but moving your body almost like gives you energy. I feel almost. Not that it really truly does, but it definitely feels like it's giving you a lot of energy
Yeah.
for quite a while. Like,
Oh, definitely.
we felt really energetic after playing in the playground. We were doing a whole lot of stuff, pull-ups, like football, like balancing, walking, and
just having fun
Yeah.
in general, like acting young and playful, and you know, like acting like kids, and like
Yeah,
playing on
yeah.
the swings and going down the slides, and yeah, just really.
yeah, we're going through the tunnel, going down the slides,
Yeah.
swings.
It's great fun, really good.
So yeah, I'd highly recommend like playing, having fun, and letting your child like play and have fun because you're allowed to, and we're all children at heart. It's part of our being. The children naturally allow that part to naturally be because they don't even know about it. But the adults, yeah, we've learned all like to be an adult, a serious, no fun adult. So, but the child is there and it wants to play, so have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And get out of nature, like Jake said. Nature. And dancing, I'd recommend dancing either by yourself or with people every day, and singing to yourself and with people every day if possible. Really, 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 really good. Super uplifting, happy, fun things like we're just mentioning too. So it's not just all about diet whatsoever. Like you can't be too serious about diet, but just be serious enough to know it's a serious topic. But take the other things seriously too, because they're like really, really important things too. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And be of some sort of service or like positive energy to the world or to the people around you. Yes, the water. Make sure you're hydrated enough with like liquids and watery fruits and water or like juices or nut milks. Yeah. So.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think it's more or less it. So yeah, I'll put Jake's information below on Facebook and Instagram. Anywhere else here?
Yeah, just Facebook and Instagram so far.
So what? Just before we say goodbye, like what's your like passion or what do you really like? You love art, I hear.
I love art. Yeah, I love drawing. I love fitness, getting exercise in. I love raw foods. I love making recipes. Yeah, just making sauces and all that.
Saucy sauces.
I love sauces.
And he loves
yeah.
learning. Like he's always
Yeah.
like one thing I love about Jake is not only does he love like nature and like he's aware of raw food benefits and like just the real things that are important to me in life too. But he also he's really an avid open learner who wants to listen and absorb in positive things to like grow and expand himself. So I love that about him for sure. Really cool.
Thank you.
Woo! Oh, he's really silly. We have a lot of like playing fun and just like joking around a lot.
Yeah, I wish we could portray it through the camera right now.
Yeah.
Maybe another video.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So yeah, everybody, make sure you come over to Ireland sometime, visit visit any country of your preference. And after this video, move your body if you want, or just go to sleep, or depending when you watch it.
Yeah.
And make sure you meet your needs and seek balance in life, because at the end of the day, it's all about balance. You could be healthy physically, or food-wise, but then super unhealthy if you're not balanced. So you need to learn about your needs and meet your needs and have balance. And that's really where the holistic big picture, body, mind, spirit, emotional, will all like come together in a holistic, positive way. So you get good at everything, kind of, to a certain degree, and all mixed together. Instead of like a big lopsided, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. Oh, go. So bye, everyone. Have a lovely day. Lots of love. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy Christmas.
Sweet. We just did 18 minute and 18 second mark when I came here.
It was way longer than I expected.
Yeah. All right. See ya.